The World Body encourages people to celebrate the day by spreading compassion, kindness, and hope in the face of COVID-19 pandemic. Peace.
Hello children, welcome back to your English class. Today we're going to read a story called The Parrot Who Wouldn't Talk, written by Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond is a world-famous writer from Dehradun who writes stories for children like you. He has written many stories, and this is one of his stories. So shall we read?
The Parrot Who Wouldn't Talk. When I was growing up in Missouri, almost all our neighbors kept a pet parrot or parakeet. Sometimes these birds would learn to talk. They would say things like, "Study, child, study," or "Don't be greedy, don't be greedy." These words and phrases were, of course, learned after some member of the household had repeated them many times in front of the bird. But our parrot refused to talk.
Children, the author of the story, Ruskin Bond, he lives in Dehradun, and Missouri is a hill station in Dehradun, and this is where he lived. So most of his stories, the characters live in this hill station. So in this story also there is a little boy and he lives in Missouri. Now this boy, who is the author, says that almost all of his neighbors had pets. And what kind of pets? Parrots or parakeets. And these parrots would often talk. Talk as in they would repeat sentences that they've heard from the owners of the house. But the author's parrot wouldn't talk like the other parrots. Let's find out why.
Aunt Ruby had bought it from a bird catcher who sold caged birds. Though Granny and Grandfather were not happy about keeping caged birds as pets, Aunt Ruby insisted on keeping the parrot and teaching it to talk. But the bird immediately disliked my aunt.
The author's aunt, Aunt Ruby, had brought the parrot home. She bought it from a bird catcher, and she wanted to teach the bird to talk. Though the author's grandparents were not interested in keeping caged pets, Aunt Ruby wanted to. And she was very firm on keeping the pet and teaching it to talk.
"Kiss, kiss," Aunt Ruby would coo, putting her face close to the bars of the cage. But the parrot would back away, its little eyes getting even smaller with anger. Once, it suddenly dived forward and knocked Aunt Ruby's spectacles off her nose.
In order to teach the parrot to talk, Aunt Ruby would go near its cage and say, "Kiss, kiss." But what would the parrot do? The parrot did not like her. The parrot would back away. And once the parrot was so irritated that it dived forward and pecked on Aunt Ruby's spectacles. It literally knocked off her spectacles from her nose.
After that, Aunt Ruby stopped showing her love for the parrot. She became unfriendly towards the poor bird. She made faces at it and called out, "Can't sing, can't dance," and other nasty comments.
Now after this incident, Aunt Ruby stopped liking the parrot. She got angry with the parrot. She stopped showing it love. She started making fun of it, saying, "Can't sing, can't dance," and other nasty comments. So Aunt Ruby and the parrot became rivals, enemies. We'll find out what happens between them in the next class. Thank you.